Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Tour de France 2022 in Pro Cycling Manager. So it's been a long time since I last did one of these. It was actually the Tour de France 2021, the last one that I recorded. And with the release of PCM 22, I am hyped again for starting recording videos. And the best way to do that is with the biggest cycling race in the world. For the next 3 weeks, cycling fans all over the world will be setting their eyes on France and hoping for a great battle for the Maillot Jaune, mostly between Tadej Pogačar and Primož Roglič, the two Slovenians. It's like death and taxes and Slovenians at the Tour de France fighting for yellow. But of course, the race is not just going to be about Tadej Pogačar and Primož Roglič. We're going to have a lot of other riders that are going to fight for the GC, for the sprint stages, for going in the breakaway, the KOM jersey, Pogačar, with a strong team in my opinion, with the support of Rafał Majka, Marc Soler, George Bennett, also Brandon McNulty, and Roglič. Roglič or Vingegaard, because we can't forget that he was second last year, but also a really strong team with Wout van Aert, Thies Benoot, Kruijswijk, Sepp Kuss. Then of course Ineos, who probably isn't the biggest favorite, but Dani Martinez and the informed Geraint Thomas are going to challenge for a good position in the GC for sure. And also with Adam Yates in the team, they are pretty strong. We have Bahrain with Damiano Caruso. We don't really know if he's going to try to go for the GC. Also Jack Haig. Quick-Step is basically focusing on sprint stages with Fabio Jakobsen. We have FDJ with David Gaudu, Thibaut Pinot. Probably not going for the GC, but I mean, we can expect some stage wins from them. Then we have Bora Hansgrohe with Alex Vlasov as probably their leader. Maxi Schachmann, Niels Pollitt, also good riders, and of course Lenny Kamna, who has a lot of fans around the PCM community. Of course, we have Mathieu van der Poel, then Trek brings Mats Pedersen, Bauke Mollema, and Giulio Ciccone. Rigobert Urán potentially leading EF, but the informed Ruben Guerreiro will maybe try to win some stages. I would love to see that happen, of course. Lotto Soudal bringing Caleb Ewan as their main man, also Tim Wellens. Then AG2R led by Ben O'Connor, who has been having a great season so far. Israel with Michael Woods and of course Chris Froome. It would be amazing if Chris Froome could manage to do something in this race. The same goes for Peter Sagan. I would love to see him win a stage again in the Tour. Intermarché bringing Alex Kristoff, then Nairo Quintana for Arkea Samsic. We have Groenewegen and a bike exchange team that I only see focusing on Groenewegen. Enric Mas leading Movistar. We have Romain Bardet, who is apparently going for stages. Then, of course, Guillaume Martin. And finally, we have Astana with a very underwhelming squad. Lutsenko, probably their leader. And finally, we have BNB with Frank Bonamour as their leader. So for this one, I decided to go with AG2R Citroën. I know that many almost started a revolution last season when the jersey for the team was announced. I actually like it, and I haven't played with them yet, so I will go with them for the love of the jersey. Led by Ben O'Connor for the GC, but with a good set of riders. They have Benoit Cosnefroy, a very versatile rider. He can support O'Connor a bit in the mountains, but not as much as other riders. As I mentioned, Ben O'Connor, the team leader. We have Olly Nassen, Aurélien Paré-Pantre, also Bouchard supporting O'Connor. We have Bob Jungels, still a decent rider, a very versatile rider as well. Then we also have Stan de Wolf, who is going to be important for a certain cobbled stage. And finally, Michael Cherel. So as we all know, 21 stages, 10 flat stages, 4 hilly ones, and 7 mountain stages. We have quite a few in the second and third season that are summit finishes. On top of that, we have 2 individual time trials, one on the first day of the race in Copenhagen, and the final one in the penultimate day, 40 kilometers long, almost 40 kilometers long. It's going to be the deciding moment for the GC. Hopefully we are still in contention when we get there. So for this Tour de France, I'm going to record 3 stages per video, and that will make it 7 videos overall. I will try to make it not too long. So in stage 1, 13.7 kilometers long. It's flat as a pancake. Pipogana is the main favorite for this one. How surprising. We don't have any riders in the top 10 favorites, but let's try our best and not lose a lot of time with Ben O'Connor. It's a sunny day in the Danish capital, and we are starting with Aurélien Paré-Pantre is our first rider to start this individual time trial. I'm going to, as usual, try to assess the way I'm going to play this with the initial riders. Unfortunately, Ben O'Connor is going to be the second one, so I can basically only use Paré-Pantre to test this out. He's on a -1 day. Hopefully, the other riders in the team are feeling better today. So Ben O'Connor is now about to start his effort as Wout van Aert just set the best time, 29 seconds faster than Max Walscheid. We have Ben O'Connor starting with a +1 day, so going up to 75 prologue and 77 resistance, so that's quite important. Is 24 seconds down on this intermediate checkpoint, which is not terrible, considering that I think Wout has the best time there. So Ben O'Connor is about to cross the line. Let's push it to 99 and 44 seconds down on Wout van Aert. I would say this is not a bad time. I think it's a decent start for us. And we are now riding with Bob Jungels, our best chance for a good result in this one. In the checkpoint, he was 25 seconds behind, but I was being a bit conservative, maybe a bit too conservative, a bit too much. He is now getting to the finish line and finishes 41 seconds down on Wout. He was only 3 seconds faster than Ben O'Connor. Maybe it was not that great of an idea to save a bit more energy in the beginning. Bob Jungels was our fastest rider, but only 3 seconds ahead of Ben O'Connor, which definitely means that O'Connor scored or set a really, really strong time. Let's see what... Ooh, David Gaudu. David Gaudu losing 39 seconds. That is a great result by him. Enric Mas, let's see, is one of our main rivals, 46 seconds down, so doing worse than Ben O'Connor. Then Michael Woods is not going to get a decent time. Pipogana is going to win this. He wins it. I mean, I think he wins it by 2 seconds ahead of Wout van Aert. Kasper Asgreen, can he beat Ghana? No, he doesn't. He's the 4th fastest so far. Now, Primoz Roglic, he was 7 seconds down on the checkpoint and he loses 14, 7th best time. And Tadej Pogačar is going to be the final rider. He's not going to lose that much time to Roglic, I think. He loses 1 second to Roglic, so 15 behind Pipogana, who is the winner of the first stage of the Tour de France 2022. Not a big surprise. So Pipogana, the time trial world champion, wins the first stage. Not unexpected at all. We have a lot of the main favorites for the GC in the top 10. I mean, a lot. There's 3 of them. Roglic, Pogačar, and Geraint Thomas split by 3 seconds. We finished 63rd with Ben O'Connor, 47 seconds down. So we lost about 30 seconds to those 3 in the top 10 that are fighting for the GC, which I think is a great, great result. Vingegaard was 24th in this one, for instance, losing 35 seconds, so he didn't do that much better than Ben O'Connor. There aren't huge differences yet. I'm curious about Nairo Quintana. Nairo Quintana lost 1 minute and 11. I guess he's not going to win the Tour de France, but maybe he can actually fight with Chris Froome, because Froome was 6 seconds slower than the Colombian rider. And as I mentioned, I think of the main GC favorites, Enric Mas was actually the worst, losing 49 seconds. We head on to stage 2 between Roskilde and Nyborg, 200 kilometers long and some potential crosswinds close to the finish line. Maybe we can take advantage of that because we don't really have a good enough sprinter. Olinassen is our best choice. Let's see what we can do there. So in a rainy but oddly sunny day, as we can see by the shadows of the riders on the road, we have 4 riders in the breakaway. Guinive, also Lemoine, Ryabochenko, and Pierre-Luc Perrichon. Those are the 4 riders that are almost 6 minutes ahead of the peloton. We have had a couple of crashes, a big one with Rigoberto Urán included, but he was able to return to the peloton without a big effort. and the other one was Niels Eckhoff. The rider from DSM crashed and he was forced to withdraw the race. And we now had a crash by one of our team riders together with Caleb Ewan. I mean, I'm not going to work to bring Caleb Ewan back, so let's hope that Stan de Wolf can come back. We have attacks now for the first KOM. Cyril Lemoine got the first point. I almost missed it, but he got the first KOM point in the Tour de France. We are about to enter the zone exposed to the winds. We saw earlier, and as Cyril Lemoine attacks, we saw Lemoine winning the third KOM, so he's going to be in the KOM jersey at the end of this stage. He also won the sprint from the breakaway. The best sprinter in the peloton was Dylan Groenewegen as Rigoberto Urán crashes at a critical stage because now the peloton is going to be speeding up. I have my sprint train set. This is not really to cause problems to GC riders, but if it does happen, I mean, it will happen. Bob Jungels is setting the pace, or at least trying, because Kasper Asgreen is pacing like crazy. Oh, and we already have a huge split here. We have a huge split. I don't know what's happening, but potentially a lot of riders are being left behind because the peloton basically split in half. A complicated situation for them at the moment. The pace is insane at the moment. We are going at 90 with Bob Jungels that has 79 sprint today, or flat today, I mean. And he's not being able to actually follow the pace of this peloton. I have too many riders in my train. Let's go to Michael Cherel now, for now. And Parepintre is now going to start sprinting with about 2 kilometers to go. We now go with Cosnefroid. Let's launch also Ben O'Connor. Ollie Nassen. He cannot win it. He is not fast enough. And he used all his energy. Caleb Ewan wins the stage. Benoit Cosnefroid almost won it because he was almost 8th. So Caleb Ewan winning the first sprint in the Tour de France. Mats Pedersen 4th, then Ollie Nassen, Sagan, Cosnefroid, Groenewegen, Christophe and Fabio Jakobsen only 10th. We didn't lose time with Ben O'Connor. Let's see if any important riders for the GC lost time today. So the biggest loser today was definitely Rigoberto Urán. He lost 2 minutes and 34. Oh no, we have something even worse. Jonas Vingegaard lost 6 minutes today. And now stage 3 between Veldier and Sonderborg, 180 kilometers long. It's basically the same as the one before, pretty flat, but without the exposed winds at the end. We'll see what we can do. I mean, it's going to be really tough to get something from this one. And as we start stage 3, we have good weather again. We are on a +2 with Ollie Nassen today, so 77 sprint. Maybe we can actually stand a chance in this one. So with about 50 kilometers to go, we are about 2.5 minutes behind the breakaway. Cyril Lemoine extended his lead in the KOM jersey. He took 2 of the 3 points available today. And the intermediate sprint was won by Antoine Duquesne. And from the breakaway, Fabio Jakobsen was the fastest. And in the meantime, I did get one of my riders dropped. Ruben Guerreiro also got dropped. I mean, these are riders that are Michael Woods as well. Chris Froome trying to help, I think. We have Vingegaard who is already 6 minutes behind. So a lot of important riders, Thibaut Pinot as well. A lot of important riders got dropped here. McNulty, Micah. But these are not riders that are potentially in contention for the GC anymore. So everything got back together. The peloton is intact again. We are about to catch the 3 riders in the breakaway as Antoine Duquesne appears to be putting a final effort to get away from his breakaway companions. We have our sprint train ready. Bob Jungels leading the train at the moment, still with 20 kilometers to go. And we were leading the peloton for a bit, but now things got a bit more complicated as I lost position. I kind of lost position. Let's put Ben O'Connor on 99. I might have way too many riders still. Let's use these remaining energy gels. Let's go with Stan de Wolf now. Let's increase the efforts to 99. As Janse van Rensburg was potentially trying to go away. I do not know. I do not know. I'm kind of in the middle of everyone. My riders are not in the best position. Let's start sprinting with Cosnefroid. Let's see what we can do. Nassen is in a terrible position. Let's start sprinting with Pache-Pantre. And let's launch Oliver Nassen now. We are not going to win it. It's going to be for Jasper Philipsen. Philipsen takes the stage ahead of Caleb Ewan and Fabio Jacobsen. Then Groenewegen and Pache-Pantre actually finishing ahead of Ollie Nassen. Yeah, I was too early in stage 2 and I was too late in stage 3. So Philipsen comfortably won the stage. Caleb Ewan was second, so I think he will retain green after this one. Jacobsen, much better today. He was only 10th in the previous stage, I believe. It was not perfect by me, but still not terrible. I mean, I am beating some better sprinters. And so there was another gap in the peloton. Vingegaard losing almost 3 minutes again. So in the GC, after 3 stages, Pipo Ganna is still in yellow, 3 seconds ahead of Wout van Aert. Caleb Ewan is in green, 12 seconds ahead of Jasper Philipsen. Very early to decide who the king of the mountain is, but Cyril Lemoine from B&B Hotels is the current leader. So as for our team, Ben O'Connor is currently 20th in the GC, 47 seconds down, but only about 30 down on Primoz Roglic and Tadej Pogacar. And where is Geraint Thomas? Oh, okay, so Geraint Thomas is 2 minutes and 52 down in the GC. I missed that. I did not see that. Apparently, Ineos is down to Dani Martinez. So the good thing is that this kind of makes it clear that Dani Martinez is definitely Ineos' leader. So after 3 days of racing in Denmark, the riders will have 1 day of rest and head back to France, as they will start stage 4 on Dunkerque, going to Calais. And again, the chance of crosswinds at the end of the stage with a few hills as well. Then stage 5, potentially one of the most critical days for the GC, for GC riders. No mountains but cobbles. And then we'll finish with a hilly stage, a punchy finish. Hopefully it's going to be a fun one, and I hope this was a fun one as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure you get the notifications for my videos. As usual, stay safe, stay positive. Until next time, goodbye.